This girl's side hustle makes about $250 per day. So Epsby Marie shared a clip on TikTok explaining how that's the minimum amount she makes per night and with little effort. And from this photo, she put it, I counted and I made $90 so far. So it's 3:30 and my bucket is getting more full. So the woman who works as a door hostess at a strip club wrote on the video caption, $300 a day for just sitting pretty. It was definitely a slow Sunday. Can you imagine getting paid $300 in a single day and that's slow? Like, let's say that she were to do this every single day, right? So let's just say she averages, the $250 a day. Let's say she were to do it every single day for, actually, no, 5 days a week per thing, right? So let's see. So $250 per day times 5 days per week times 52 weeks equals her side hustle on the low end is potentially making $65,000 a year for sitting pretty, right? Imagine if she were to do this every day for 7 days per week. Let's do that one. So, so let's see. And we'll do the $300 for the slow night, right? So $300 per day, so times 7 times 52 weeks, which means her side hustle could potentially be making $109,200 a year. Like, it's just so crazy. So let's see. The clip starts with her sitting comfortably at a chair at the venue's entrance. She said, "Let's count how much money I make today, door hostess at a strip club." And she goes on to say that between 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., she made $29, adding that by her second hour of work, she made $50. And the TikToker then turns her camera to a glass jar full of dollar bills where she collects her tips, saying it's 3:30 and my bucket is getting more full. I counted, I made $90 so far. And the clip fast forwards through the end of her shift with the social media user saying at 7 p.m. end of the shift I made a total of $200 cash tip plus the $100 I make for my hourly. Other TikTokers were quick to share their thoughts, with most considering a career change. The thing is, only a very few amount of people could actually probably make this type of money for sitting looking pretty. One said, take out the tips so that it looks less full and people are more likely to tip. Another one added, I'm in the wrong business. And someone wrote, please post a tutorial on how you found this job. Another one said, well, looks like I'm about to get a job as a host. Meanwhile, a mom who has been slammed for making 50,000 euros from OnlyFans has hit back at her trolls. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. So it doesn't look like there's really any comments on this, right? But it's a pretty amazing thing to really consider, right? So let's actually check out the video. There should be a video. Yeah, here's the video. Let's count how much money I make today. Door. Let's see. Yeah, okay. $29. By my second hour of work, made the 50. Okay, so basically it's just everything that we read. And here's the thing, right? Like, she's not a bad looking lady. So it makes sense that she would be potentially, making really good money basically doing nothing, because you got to put it into perspective, right? So the purpose of this, like, like strip club or whatever, right, is basically to get people into the door to watch ladies, undress and all that kind of stuff, right? So you'd probably want someone who's probably as pretty as the ladies that are inside doing the more adult stuff, or better looking, maybe, because you're trying to entice people that come into it to actually like get inside and start throwing money all over the place, right? Start buying drinks, start buying food, all that sort of stuff, right? Pay for like the private stuff or whatever, right? I've never been to a strip club, but they probably make more money by the people buying drinks, buying bottles for the girls, and also paying for their, like, just basically pretty much just tossing money at the girls, right? So it'd be very interesting to see. But anytime I see someone do this type of side hustle, right, I really hope that they are managing their money correctly, because the problem with this type of side hustle is because, technically speaking, with it being so little effort, with such a high amount of cash coming in, you start to get complacent. And you get into a situation where you start spending a lot of money because you know how easy it is for you to get money. And the problem with that is that you could actually end up being living paycheck to paycheck or tips to tips, because you know that you could just go in every single day and make some quick cash, right? That gets into a really dangerous habit, right? Like, I've seen people where they're able to make a really good amount of money, potentially six figures, but literally burn through all of the money by purchasing items that they just go straight through, right? Like, they literally just use up, they basically just spend all their money, they like eat all their money by going out, all that sort of stuff, right? Like, they spend all their money on basically consumable items that they don't get reuse from. They do it for experiences, all that sort of nonsense, and they have no tangible result from the money that they actually made. Like, put it into perspective like this as to what I'm trying to say. Imagine making like $100,000 after taxes, but literally having none of that money in your bank account by the end of the year. And even more so, you getting into like $20,000 to $50,000 into debt, right? That's a real possibility if you know that you could easily get money at the snap of your fingers, right? So I really hope that she ends up managing her money correctly, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're basically doing this like side hustle thing where you can make really good money, but you got to keep doing it because you don't put away any of the money, right? And the thing is, some of the ladies that are probably doing the more adult stuff inside this club, who are probably making double, triple, quadruple, maybe even 10 times the amount of money that she's making per day, a lot of them are probably dealing with really bad spending habits, probably, illicit use of some kind, probably a really bad boyfriend or husband or fiance. They might have a pimp, who knows, right? So they could be making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and literally have nothing to show for it, right? Like, literally nothing to show for it. I remember like reading an article years ago, like I don't know how long ago, but a very long time ago, or it might have been on the news, where this young lady went into stripping, made like $200,000 a year from all the sources combined, was able to basically buy herself like three or four houses, two really nice cars, pay for her college in cash, was able to fund her kids' tuitions, future schooling, all that kind of stuff, and basically retired a millionaire after only like 5 or 6 years from stripping, right? And was then financially set for life, right? That's the way to do it. If you go into like a more adult type of business or a business that's really easy to make cash, go the route of like setting yourself up for the rest of your life because you don't know if truly this source of income that you are making this really easy money is going to be there forever. Like you don't know, right? Something might happen to you, something might happen to your looks, right? You could end up dating like a really bad guy and he like literally beats you, right? So now you don't even look as attractive as you did before because he hurt you, right? Like that's a real possibility. Like bad things can happen. So just be really wary of anytime you get really easy cash. If you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, so that if you ever work a really nice job like this, like I should say, really easy cash job, where it's easy to make a lot of money, go down below and learn how to get out of debt and manage your money so that if you do get into the situation, you're not going to end up spending all of your money.